So guys, welcome back to BJJ class. We're going to look at some leg locks again today. We're going to continue on that path down the dark arts. And today we're going to look at some outside heel hooks. So we're going to make some things a little bit interesting. We've had a look at the 50-50 position. We've had a look at the 4-1-1. Now we're going to switch into some outside heel hook positions from the 50-0, or otherwise known as outside ashing. So let's get warmed up first, guys, and then we'll get into some of our leg entanglements. So find some space. Star jumps to begin. Ooh. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, forget no more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. And squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push up position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop on your back stance. Go for our cross jumps. Close the legs like we're in the pole style. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Let's go feet on, hands on the mat for our triangle chucks. Close up from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet on the mat for bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip escapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 10. Keep your head off the ground, guys. Bring the chin to your chest and go for our neck exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looking left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ears to shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, guys. Take your stand up from there. Perfect. Now let's get started with some of our leg entries to warm up. Sam?
Yes, certainly.
Can I borrow you, please? Okay, so we'll start off just moving from the floor. So first thing we're looking at, guys, is just getting these hips loosened up, and we're switching off from footlock grip to footlock grip from side to side. Okay for now. So we have our inside control, feet locked in, control the ankles, lock onto the hamstring tendon, shoot through to your single leg X, pinch together from here. Sam's going to separate the feet, move the hips across towards the side, elevate the second hook, catch the ankle, shoot through onto single leg X on the other side, and we're just practicing splitting the legs, catching, and then attaching the hips again. Notice each time I'm locking into these positions, ankle and knee grip, and then we're scooting in first, pinching together, knees on top of heel. Now I'm ready to start working into my outside heel hooks from here. Okay, guys, so that's going to be our first drill. Just want you guys to go 10 times each. And then the second exercise is going to be transitioning through our leg entanglements. So going down the path, then when we start from here, I enter into single leg X, take the foot out, switch through to 50-0, grab a hold of that foot, ridge off of my triangle leg to push it across, into 50-50, and then we start switching across. So hands on the ground, feet coming towards the inside from here. So we're back into position again. We need control over the second leg. Get to your double trouble, mermaid your opponent, and then we'll switch over. Just go 1 for 1 on those. Okay, guys? So 10 splitting the legs and entering into single leg X, and then just start going 1 for 1 with each other on your pathways. Okay, guys? Let's go. Let's get loosened up. Warm up the brain. Warm up the mind. Pump up the volume.
Alexa, shuffle songs by Stick Figure.
Shuffling songs by Stick Figure on Amazon Music.
Let's get some cool vibes in the chat for YouTube. Okay. Going to attack the other side.
It's up to you. It's better. What here?
Yeah, so we're going to just leave it open.
Your phone will be recognising me as you soon. Face recognition.
Nice, Callum. Get on that elbow. Good. Pinch your knees together. A lot of these attacks we're staying on the elbow, guys. So just forearm on the floor. We'll drop to the shoulder for the heel hook entry itself. Smoking love. Keep your feet flexed nice and tight, guys. Want to make sure that you have some form of resistance when the person pushes your foot off your hip. So no, wow. Oh, the jumper was coming off. Nice. They look like a pair of joggers. So I thought Callum needed a bit of extra slip and slide.
What is then you thought he took his joggers off?
I thought he took his joggers off just a study.
Was it not?
Nice way there, Jamie. Good entries all the way through. Let's get a good flex while we're in that single leg X, so our partner can't free the foot. Again, you want your toes really curling back to your shin. Nice. Now we're going to get to double trouble there, Sarah. There we go. Boom. Made him up.
Double trouble makes me think of Beer Mosquito and Patrick Galgia.
Oh, is that what they call themselves?
Yeah. Double trouble.
Self-proclaimed.
Should tell him, mate, that's the mermaid.
Don't worry, we don't want to fight you. Couples match. Thanks. Who's Mikey wants to make you going out with?
Are you for real? You think you could beat Mikey?
Yes. Good. Scoot in each time with these leg locks, guys. Get nice and tight to the hip. Tighter we are, the more control we have over your opponent's rotation. Good. If we want to start adding in your heel hook finishes from the 50-50 and the 4-1-1, we can as well. So if you want to start splitting the legs from the mermaid, or if you want to start dropping back for your 50-50 heel hook, start introducing those in. I'm loving the festive spirit at the end of January too, guys. Callum and Jamie are still rocking that Christmas tree.
It's bad luck.
It's a fake Christmas tree. It's not real.
It looks like a Christmas tree. It looks like it's drawn on. Maybe it's there forever.
Nice. Bridge forward with those hips, Jamie. Really come up onto the shoulder. That's it. And then bridge forward. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's the one you want to catch, Sarah. Yeah.
And time. All right, bring it in, guys. We're going to move into some of our standing positions now. So Sam's going to be stood up. I'm going to switch from single leg X to X guard through to 50-0 from a standing situation. So again, when I'm bridging up here, bend down a little bit, Sam, just so you can see everything. I want to make sure my toes are flexing out here. I want to be pinching that. So there's some resistance when Sam goes to push my foot. You see? A lot of people push at the ankle because they just don't know what to do. So push my leg down. Push my ankle. That's it. You're not going to move it from pushing the ankle. You're going to have to literally grip the toes and pull the toes outwards for you to move my foot. And that's a sign for me to then transition straight to X guard. So notice when I'm moving here, the first thing I'm doing is blocking this knee. So I'm in position, I feel Sam moving my leg. I can't hold it anymore. I block this knee because as I release, I don't want Sam jumping straight to mount. Okay? It's very embarrassing. So as the person pushes, block, connect up with your shin to shin so my arm is underneath that knee, hands framing against the knee line, and now my foot comes through. Again, knee stays on the outside. The most common mistake entering the X guard is we try to bring the knee in, and then you can't find your foot. So it's just the foot that's coming inside. My knee's behind the primary leg, hooks on the secondary leg from your hip. Okay, give your opponent a little push, pull, get used to the position. Again, when I'm in X guard, my feet are pointed in opposite directions. Right leg is kicking behind, left leg is sweeping outwards, okay? Anytime Sam tries to move my hooks from here, I need to be stretching her away, start working on sweeps, start working on attacks. You see a lot of different things we can work through. Now, the next position we go from the X guard is the 50-0. So when I pull Sam towards me, I catch the ankle, I'm shooting that back leg through, and now I transition, I let go of this leg, and I make Sam's left leg the primary leg for all of my attacks. Now notice the leg entanglement is a hybrid between trying to extend my legs together and trying to get a full triangle. A full triangle is no good because I'm going to lose the knee line very, very quickly. This is also no good because Sam can push my feet. So we've got to find a nice balance of the two. And I'm opening my shin, okay? My knee is pointing outwards towards the second leg. And again, this will be where I'm trying to place my hand onto the floor, bridge to sweep, to get into a good solid position for my heel hook finish. What we're going to do from here is switch off again to our inside single leg X. We're going to start working some foot locks and then back to single leg X. Legs are in position, Sam moves my toes, I block the knee line, switch through to X, catch a hold of the ankle, switch. Single leg X, switch off to X, catch that ankle, shoot through. That's it. Come back, reset in the single leg X. So we have four different positions there. Start off in the single leg X and the X guard. That's going to be your most basic pattern and one that is very, very natural. Anytime somebody tries to pass, shoot straight through the X and you're blocking that initial transition. Then we need to catch the ankle for us to move into 50-0. For us to start turning the knees, exposing the heel for a heel hook from the 50-0. And then what I'm doing is stepping into the hip and switching into sort of a reverse single leg X, which is a really good position for our straight ankle lock that Sam showed us a couple of weeks ago. So they're elevating that heel off the ground on the near side leg, that sort of shallow X-guard position. Okay, guys? So let's give that a try. Let's get loosened up with it. Let's work it. Again, if it's a bit much, then we'll just go sort of single leg to X-guard. When you're happy with that, go single leg to X to 50-0. When you're happy with all three, then add in the last position too. Nice. Again, play around with the position, guys. Get some feedback with your partners. Ask them to try to move your feet so you can off-balance them. And then we're pulling that leg towards you so we can start to get a hold of the heel.
Yeah, pull that one, straighten the knee behind, lock. Nice, good job, Sarah.
Nice work, Callum, good.
Here we go, foot on the hip.
Stay tight to that leg, there we go. Now we're switching back to single leg X.
Keep, yeah.
Nice.
It's hard to see the legs.
Nice, that's right, Sarah, good. Pull yourself to that leg. Bring your shoulder to Alex's ankle. Good, left shoulder, that's it. You want to take your whole body with your leg entanglement. Nice, Callum, good. Transitioning well. Go through the drill twice, guys, and then switch over with each other.
Don't forget the transition from 50-0 to single leg X. There's a step in between there where you're going to step on the hip and feed the hook inside.
To the reverse.
Yeah.
We need to get some clear names.
Yeah. Nice. Good hip mobility. Jump to the second leg. Lock it up. Yeah.
Alex with a cheeky sweep there.
So the transition now.
Don't worry. Just want to get me still 50-0.
Yeah, hook inside. Left foot on the hip. And then back to, yeah, nice. You see? Good job. Oops.
Nice work, Sarah. Good. Good transitions. Oh,
right. Yeah, could you go, the final one before single leg X?
Yeah, the reverse single leg X.
Yeah. You can't get that one.
So we shoot through 50-0. I block the second leg here, step on the hip. You see? So I'm crunching my toes up like I'm picking up a sock off the ground. I know you pick socks up with your feet, right?
Socks?
Yeah, true. So step on the hip, push Sam back a little bit, and then this foot comes underneath. You see, because this will be where I'll be lifting to get Sam's foot off the floor to footlock. You see? You use that lift to then come back, both feet on top, and then the other one underneath. Now we're back to single leg X. You see? Switch, switch, step, step. You see? One foot on top. You see? And again, it's not going from being past the hip to stepping on the hip, and the other leg just hooks underneath, nice and shallow in here. You see? Because then I'm pushing upwards, right? Then I just go 2 feet back, like toes together, put my heel on top, and then I'm back to single leg X again.
It's the same position. I don't know if you watched when I went over the tripod sweep. Same foot on top, basically.
Yeah. Usually for obviously the tripod sweep, you're going here on your X guard, so you're lifted up, you're back.
No. When you switch, here.
Yeah.
Same foot in the hip, the leg drops down around the back.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We'll call this one the reverse single leg X. RSLX.
I'll select that.
And time. Nice work, guys. Okay, so let's get working into our outside heel hook. Now, the reason we're practicing those sort of leg entanglement drills from standard is because the first objective when it comes to leg locking your opponent is putting their hips on the floor. So I have to be good at sweeping as well as attacking the leg. I can't just have good attacks from the grounded position because for you to be very successful, you have to put your opponent's hips on the floor first. So we're going to get straight into the position, start to understand what to do when we're here, and then we'll look at everything else, sort of how to block your partner from passing and how to find your sweeps and things like that. So again, usually we've come in from a single leg X position, I step over the top, and we're protecting my inside leg. Again, if you've seen any matches recently, Lachlan Giles hit this at one tournament, and then Cyborg did the same thing to Kanan as well. Kanan Duarte was playing a 50-50 position, and then he wasn't doing a great job protecting his legs, so then Cyborg just goes in with an inside heel hook straight away. See? So it's not a position I want to play if I don't have a good understanding here. See? Because I can be countered fairly easily with an inside heel hook. See? So as long as I'm aware of that and I have my feet crossed together, then I'm nice and safe, I'm locked in, and I can start exposing my partner's heel here. You see? So maybe don't watch people like Ken Duarte, but watch some other guys like Eddie Cummings or Kyle Bone, who are very good from the 50-0, the outside Ashley position. So the first thing we're doing for this heel hook is going to be a little bit different. Again, we want to come up onto our shoulder. So now we're going to be rolling in this direction here to expose Sam's heel. What I don't want to do is try to expose the heel like this and turn Sam's foot to try to get a grip, because now she can already start popping up and spinning out. You see? So I don't want to turn Sam's leg in the same direction of her escape. I want to be able to catch the heel while still maintaining Sam's position. So when I'm here, what I'm doing is grabbing a hold of the foot, pulling it up into the armpit, and rolling to my shoulder. Can you see the heel?
Kind of. No,
So,
you can't see the heel.
Now my forearm is underneath Sam's heel, you see? So I've got this position here, forearm underneath, while I'm on the shoulder, okay? And then once I've got that, then I'm bridging forwards and taking my shoulder back. Same mechanics as our other finish. I want to put the bridge into the knee line to make Sam's knee go out this way while I rotate the heel this direction. Just get back a little bit. Catch. Once I've got the heel, now I start to bridge. So bridge forward, and I pull from this grip. Oh. Nice and easy, outside finish. Okay. So again, we're trying to really find that bite on the forearm. Get it nice and tight by pulling up first, and then roll over the leg. So hopefully you can see if we go from behind. I'm pulling the leg up nice and tight into my lat. I'm rolling to the shoulder, taking my arm behind my back, and then connecting together for me to finish. Excuse me, please.
Oh, I didn't have my phone. Yeah.
So, locked in position, legs are protected, come down to the leg, roll, catch. Now I've got my butterfly grip already set. We're staying on the shoulder from here. All I'm doing, my shoulders are moving back like this, and at the same time, my hips are bridging forward. Okay, guys? Let's give that a try to start with. This one will feel pretty different to an inside heel hook as well, guys. In some cases, a little bit more painful. Do you find this one more painful?
Yeah. It's because of the angle of the torsion in the foot, as well as the pressure on the knee.
Well, watch here, Sarah. So, when you've got this leg here,
Sorry.
we want to pinch at the toes and then come under the heel. You see, right now the arm's going through like more of a footlock grip. So, pull up, pinch, catch underneath. This is we want the bite on the heel. You see, and then we're rotating this direction. You see, like I'm cuddling a baby.
Cradling.
Cradling. We got it? Good. Nice, good. Bridge forward with the hips, shoulders back. Nice, good job. This one takes a bit of getting used to, guys, so don't worry if it's not sinking in straight away. Nice. Remember, for the majority of our heel hooks, we're going to need a bend in the leg. So we're not going to be able to finish these too often with a straight leg. Okay, so we've got to really scoot your hips in tight to the other person so we can get a good bend in your partner's leg. Okay, time guys, let's bring it in real quick. So we'll try and make this a little bit easier. We're going to look at it from when your partner starts to run away to escape. So when I'm in my 50-0, what will happen is Sam will start to turn onto this leg here for it to get up. You see? Now, what I want to be doing from here is not letting my knee go all the way through. You see? I don't want to be playing 50-0 with my leg through because Sam will drive her knee to the ground, start leg drag past. So I've got to make sure that my shin is on the inside here. You see? This shin is blocking the far hip from Sam applying pressure towards me. You see? So what I'm doing from this point is rotating inwards. You see? This is what's exposing Sam's heel. Can you see the heel, Sam?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we're getting to here, this is where that grip is in place, right? So I hold Sam's ankle towards me. I pinch the heel in place, uppercut underneath the heel, connect my hands together, and then again, my elbow is going to my butt, my right shoulder retracts back, and then we have our finish, okay? So how does this equate to what we've just done? Is typically we'll be starting here, as I get to here, I try and come up to get the heel. Sam's going to turn away. As she tries to roll, I cinch up, we switch, and then I start putting the heel hook on from here. You see? So, and then obviously from this point, Sam will usually continue rolling through, and then I'll land on my shoulder again and finish one more time for my shoulder. I don't think it was shoulder. Let me go further back. So I bite the heel, Sam turns, I've got it locked from here. I can start to finish from this position. Sam continues rolling through, so I roll through to my shoulder and bridge. So then we have a complete roll through. For the drill, all I want you guys to do is get used to the guy coming up onto the knee. So when I have this position here, Sam's already going to be on the knee. Come on. I lock my legs together and I'm turning. There's no putting my knee on the ground. So now that heel should already be exposed. You see? As though I'm working for toe holds as well. You see? Sorry. So from this point here, lock it in, catching, getting the grip onto the heel, and now I'm doing elbow to butt. There's my clamp here. I bridge forward a little bit and twist. Okay? So let's get used to that. When you're comfortable, add in the roll through. So obviously the person turns, I'm following through to my shoulder. And then it's the same finish again. So we have the same finish each time on the original position, when it's rotated 90 degrees, when it's rotated 180, when it's all the way back to 360 degrees, back to the same position. But we have to be comfortable with these because the most common defense with your outside heel hooks is to roll. So we've got to get comfortable following the person when they do begin to roll. Okay, guys? So let's just start exposing the heel first. So when the person's up on one leg, do a little twist. And then as we get that twist, the heel's exposed, toes are on the ground. You start to work your position, get comfortable bridging into the leg from there, and then do the full roll through, and we can get the finish. Okay, guys? Let's give it a try. I'll go with it.
It's because it's just when you pull it towards you, like exactly.
It's very sore.
That's it. Yeah. There we go, Jamie. Good. Butterfly grip. That's it. We want to go wrist to wrist. Good. Now bring your left elbow to your butt, Jamie. That grip looks a little loose. Keep your elbow tight to your body, Jamie. Yeah. And now left elbow to your butt cheek. Yeah. There we go. Now, Jamie, let's get a bit more of a pinch and an uppercut. So remember from the inside heel hooks we're looking at last week, you've got the pinch, uppercut, grip. Same thing applies here. When you're pulling it across your body, pinch it, lock it in, then hold, and then twist. Okay? Good. So that's it. Readjust there. Good. Nice. Now we're getting it. It's elbow to butt, hips forward. Like almost like a little crunch. Sideways crunch. Nice, Alex. Good. If you want to start switching into some different grips from there as well, Alex, you can go to the steamer lock grip to bring your right hand under to lock. That one's super tight. Boom.
What about those? Let's talk about it since.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's a super tight finish. Good. Let's try rolling all the way through now, guys, to the other side. Callum and Jamie, you guys might struggle for this one, so don't worry too much. But if you guys go back to the first technique. Okay, yeah.
I think rolling into the sofa would be better than rolling into the radiator. Personal preference.
Take that down.
Shave.
Good. Shoulder and ear on the ground. That's it. Now bridge. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Now we're getting it.
Nice.
Nice, Callum. Good job. Stay on your shoulder there, Callum. Good job. Nice. Okay, time, guys. Let's bring it in. Everyone's picking that up really well. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Actually, I'm going to later. Right. So, when we're getting into these positions from here and we're trying to expose the leg, what you'll find is that people will start to hand fight, latch onto you, put weight on top from here. You see? So when you get to a good position and you're sort of well known for attacking the leg, people will be starting to hand fight to stop my hands from connecting together. You see? And then I can inch my way out and find the position. This is where Sam should really lock up a rear naked choke. Just the same principle from the 50-50 position, because now I can't get my arm free if she closes a rear naked choke over my arm, and then she can start coming up on top. You see? Now, when people are putting weight, especially if they're putting weight onto this knee, you see, and they start coming up on top, trying to lean the weight on top from here, you see, this is where I should be splitting my legs. You see? So I want to lock this hip all the way around the hip, and I'm stretching this one out towards the camera. You see? Now I'm holding the knee in place. I'm going to release that hook to start to post up. And now from here, I'm just going to switch my hips to sit on my palm. Oh, you see? Once I'm sat on top here, now all I've got to do is, again, I can start working the heel hook. Sam will start protecting the leg. we're going to switch this into an entry to the saddle. So I lock onto the knee, I post my hand, and I sit onto the floor. I wrap this leg, a little rotation sound. You see? And now all I've got to do is switch my hips, close my triangle, and now I have full control over the second leg, ready to begin splitting it to move into my inside finish. You see? So first thing that we're looking at is switching the hips when you feel the weight. Don't worry about that. Just lean on top. You see? When you feel somebody start to lean on top of you here. You see? So now what we're doing, stretching out. You see? That kick is getting rid of the hand, and then I'm able to start switching my hips when this leg is forward. See? So this heel is pushing behind the back. Now I'm in position to start switching. I'm holding onto the knee line because that's the most important thing that I don't want to lose from here. And now I'm switching my hips. So I'm driving up off of this leg, switching back to sit on top, pinching into position. Okay? Once I'm sat on the person, we can start working at other attacks, going back into outside finishes, or we can start switching our hips off to the side, going into our saddle. Now, switch saddle. When I'm sat on the person here, what I'm going to do now is get my knee free if I want to go to the saddle. So I post my hand and I sit down next to Sam, and I'm switching my hips so I'm almost looking back at Sam's face. You see? I don't want to be attacking the saddle facing in this direction. You see? So I'm posting and turning my hips in this direction here. See, because now when I do ultimately split the legs, now I have a heel hook attack from here. You see? Again, move back to the center. Once we get into this position here, we're working into our same series of attacks from last week, sort of exposing the heel and working into your finishes on the inside leg. But all we're doing is looking at transitioning from one to the next. Split the legs, post, come up, sit onto the stomach, switch off, then we're in position to start attacking. Okay? From here, we're going to be moving into controlling the top leg and then working into our finishes from there. So, 1, 2, bring the leg up onto the shoulder. We start bringing that leg across the body if needs be. And then we've got our finishes on the secondary leg for start working into our top. Okay, guys? Let's give that a try. So a nice little transitional drill now, switching from the 50-0 to the saddle. So let's sit on our friends for a second.
Yeah, get crushed like I just did. Butt crushing. Nice.
Nice work there, Alex. Looking comfortable. Good. Post them onto that left hand there, Jamie. Come up on top. Switch your hips and sit on the belly. Good. Put your right foot on the floor so you really sit on the person. Good. Now you can start to switch your hips to sit down by the radiator. Nice. Get a hold of his knee now. Good. You want to make sure your legs are triangled up. Oh, no, that was right, Jamie. Leg inside. Good. Now we're going into double trouble. Good. Turn to face him again. That's it. We don't want to crush him. Oh. Good. So we want that left knee pointing towards the floor, Jamie. So switch out. That's it there. Good. So then you can start bringing that up onto your shoulder. Good. Remember, for our heel hook finishes, you almost want to be looking towards his face. Nice, Sarah. Good. Lovely. Ooh. Nice outside finish, too. Nice, Callum. Good job. All right, time, guys. So, last thing I want to work on now is the other attacks from that seated position. So just dropping back some.
Oh, you're going to get crushed again.
So, when we're sat on your partner from here, they have their legs triangled. Now we've got a few different series of attacks. Obviously, I can switch my hips to move to the saddle like we've just done, or I can start switching into attacking toe holds and rolling back to position. So what I'm going to do from here is I grab Sam's triangled leg. See, I'm grabbing onto her foot. See, I'm pulling that towards me, stepping in a bit deeper. Now, when I'm there, I'm going to grab this foot, the top leg, and start bending it, okay? What I'm doing is going to roll into a toe hold from here. So I bend Sam's foot towards her butt, and then I'm trying to reach for that foot with my second hand as I fall towards my shoulder. Can people still see the foot?
Yes.
So now I've got Sam's foot bent up. I'm trying to place that into my elbow crease here while I connect up to grab onto my own wrist. Okay? Now, when I'm finishing here, I'm not trying to bend Sam's toes towards her butt like this. It's a common misconception. I'm crunching up and I'm pulling my elbow back. Can you see that, Sam? You see it on camera?
Yeah.
So, scoot back that way a little bit. So, we land in this position, we've had the toe hold, okay? So we go for our initial toe hold attack. I'm bending the toes, I lock my elbow close to the heel, I grab wrist to wrist, and then I'm pulling the heel back towards me as I push the toes forward. What will happen from here is my partner will try to use their free leg to kick my grip off. You see? As Sam does that, I put that leg behind my armpit and I switch my hips to finish a knee bar. You see? So now I've got a knee bar locked up, right? Switch this way, Sam. So now we've got this knee bar applied here, you see? And we have the toe hold from before. Sam kicks my hands away. I circle over the top to get to that knee bar. And then we're bridging in from there to start to finish. See? So I'm locking that in place, pinching the leg in. You can hold the knee joint if you need to switch your hips to get into position. Sometimes I'll stay holding on to the knee, sometimes I grab my own hamstring, and then I'm bridging forward for that finish. Okay? So, we have toe hold to knee bar combo. What we're doing is pulling that foot from the side first towards us to lock it all in place, and then bending the toe underneath for us to roll over our shoulder into that toe hold. So,